Hello guys, hello everyone. Hope you hear me well. Let me test my voice. 1 second. Hello guys. Okay, we can start. Please write me in the chat in case of any problem within the stream. Let me say a couple of words regarding the draw today, and let's wait for some other people to join our stream. So today we will be drawing the Carcassonne Champions League playoff round 1 and round of 16. A couple of words about the playoff stage. On the playoff stage, there will be round 1. Let's wait. Okay, playoff round 1, round of 16, quarterfinals, semifinals, and grand final. On the playoff round 1, there will be players from the second and third places from their groups. Round of 16 also will join players from the first place from the group, and they will be playing against winner of the playoff round 1. Each pair in the round 1 will be with second player and third player, and some additional details regarding the draw that players from the same association and from the same group cannot meet on the playoff round 1 and round of 16. It means that we will do a draw and divide players into the different matches from the same group and from the same association. Also, there will be a separated draw for quarterfinals and semifinals. In this stage, we will draw completely random, so players from the same group, from the same association can play in this stage. I decided to do a draw manually today because there are also some issues with the GPT chat, so I hope it will not take so much time. We do have a list of players from each group, from different associations. We have 2 players from RCP, we have 2 players from Latvia, we have 2 players from Catalonia, and we have 2 players from Portugal, we have 2 players from United Kingdom. How we'll do a draw? First, I will randomly draw players from the second place. Then I will find a pair for the players from this list, one by one. So let's start from the second place players. It's the first, second, and third. So I will use random org for list randomizer. What I'm doing right now, I'm randomize this list. Let's do it. Not a good connection for me today, so I hope it will work. Okay, the first list is done. And let's copy paste it from this table here. Okay, What we are doing next? Let's draw players who are from the same association. First I will draw the pair for Leo da Vinci, then for StatMed, and then for all other players. So now let's find a player for oh my god, 1 second. Okay, here for Leo da Vinci, he can play with the next players. He cannot play with player from the same group. It's MTU, and he cannot play versus Glover. So we have this list of players who can play versus Leo da Vinci. Let's do a randomize, and first player that will be in this list will be the opponent for Leo da Vinci. Okay, the opponent is Crocodile Fundy. Next, let's do a draw for StatMed from the United Kingdom. So let's do these players first. StatMed cannot play with Tank. He's a player from the same group, and Lord Terclos. So we have these 5 players who can meet StatMed. The same, we will do a random draw and select the first player from the list. MTUU will play versus StatMed. Okay, it will be easier for all other players. So let's find an opponent for Maggot No Skill. It can be anyone except Lord Terclos, because it's the same group. It will be game over. Next, player for Posse, and it can be any player from this list because Crocodile Finder is already drawn. So let's select one player from this list. And it will be Tank. Next, Tito Arce. We will be playing from any of these opponents because group C is already drawn. And it will be Lord Terclos. Port guard can play with these 2 players. Port guard cannot play versus Napalm Eye, so it will be Glover or Paksha. and his opponent is Glover. Okay, and we have two players with two opponents. Senglar cannot play versus Paksha, so we can manually select an opponent for him. It will be Napalm Eye. And Hydro Baby will play versus Paksha. Okay, let's do the same for the round of 16. We will be draw players from the first place, and the same players from the same association cannot play versus each other. And player from the same group cannot play versus other players from this group. So let's randomly draw first Catalonia and Latvia players, because they have duplicates in their associations. So let's select all players, and these okay, here. This pair can play in round of 16. They cannot play versus Wise Maze. They cannot play versus Samuelson. They cannot play versus Visitor Q. And they cannot play versus Alexei LV. And we have 4 players for this pair. And the opponent is Secret Star. Okay, we managed all duplicates that we have, so now we can draw all other players without any issues, I hope. So the first player of the round 16, the first duel, and it can be any player except Secret Star is already drawn and is lone, so it can be any player from this list. And an opponent is Rabbit Rain. Let's go next. The second pair of round of 16. It cannot be Rabbit Rain. It cannot be Alexei LV, because it's the same group. So the opponent is Visitor Q. Let's go next. Duel number 3. And what do we have here? It cannot be Secret Star. It cannot be Islone, the same group. So we will select the opponent from this list. It will be Wise Maze. And next one. So it cannot be Visitor Q, it cannot be Rabbit Train. We have all players from this list that can play versus this pair of players. So let's randomize them. and it will be Alexey Elver. Next, Porgard Glover, and here we have an opponent because it cannot be Samuelson, it cannot be someone you know. So in that case, the opponent here is Sloan. Next, this duel cannot play versus someone you know. So here we have an opponent and it will be Samuelson. And the last one, someone you know, will play versus these two players. Guys, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching Champions League. Additional thanks for Alexey Edler for many streams for these tournaments. And I'll see you soon. Bye bye.